I don't believe in Alabama this year. I don't believe that Kellen DeBoer is the guy. Ryan Grubb's the guy. The defense looked lost, something you would never see from Nick Saban's defense. You have linebackers that are not even trying to chase the guys down. There's videos of these guys just sitting there watching the running backs go. And to be honest, they got beat by the quarterback. He was the only player. He was the only guy doing anything for the whole game for the Florida State Seminoles. It was the quarterback doing everything. He was running the ball. He didn't throw the ball that much. So you literally got beat by the quarterback running the ball and some passes here and there. And that's embarrassing. That's something that you don't see from the Alabama Crimson Tide. This is All About the Balls podcast with Mark Davis, Kriska Meinhardt, Luke Rule, Jake Winnikine, and Nick the Doc Skirkowitz. Ladies and gentlemen, this is All About the Balls podcast. This is the overreaction episode of a chaotic week one of college football season. Chris is alongside me right now, and he's an LSU fan, and he's got a lot to say, a lot of happiness, Chris, I'm assuming, from your camp. LSU Tigers did pull off a road upset win in Clemson in the Death Valley Junior. How are you feeling, my friend?
Yeah, big win for us. BK got the monkey off his back off opening wins, so he finally got his win. The team played great. I know we're going to deep dive it. Some people around the world only graded us, like a 52 on a report card. So, it is what it is.
Well, we'll deep dive. I thought you guys played a lot better than the 17 points showed. We're going to talk about that, though, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm a little banged up, Chris. I'm in a sling. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm in a sling. Had surgery last Thursday. 2 days later, I get to watch Texas and a very, very bad offensive game in the shoe against Ohio State. We're going to definitely talk about that one. And yeah, so it was just a rough weekend, but it was good to have college football back. Put the differences aside, put the emotions aside for Texas. It was good to have college football back. It was good to have college from Thursday to Monday. We have NFL and college Thursday through Monday coming up. So, Chris, this is it, man. We're here. We're buckled in. We're strapped in. We're ready to go.
Yeah, now I'm excited about NFL, but I'm pumped about college.
Yeah, you should be pumped. We have a lot to talk about tonight. This is a college episode. It's mainly week one. Week two is not the biggest. We'll talk Michigan, Oklahoma. That was college game day. It was announced 15 versus 18 now. AP rankings. We're going to talk a little hot takes, a little attaboys performances that some guys like to shout out. Some guys that we saw maybe they performed really well. Something that we have to shout out. And then, of course, Chris, we'll start right now with the old Texas Longhorns and the Ohio State Buckeyes in the shoe. You see it on the screen, 14-7. Very, very sloppy offensive game from both teams. I was not impressed with either the team's offense. I thought Julian Sayin actually played pretty well for what they asked him to do. Didn't put the ball in harm's way, very conservative. But, Chris, what was your storylines here, your kind of overreactions to this game?
Yeah, both offenses definitely looked sloppy. Texas was 5 for 14 on third downs. Ohio was 3 for 12 on third downs.
Terrible.
Let's not even bring up fourth down with Texas, 1 for 5. I don't know what Sark was doing out there.
That play call, the one on the tush push, that pissed me off because I said it. I've said it. I called you guys, I think, that night, and I said it in the chats. He thought we were the Philadelphia Eagles. He thought Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley were behind the center, and that's just not what – I'd rather just do a Tebow style, just do a correct power from shotgun. It was just terrible play calling.
Yeah, but Texas defense looked good. They held Jeremiah Smith 6 receptions for 43 yards, Heisman favorite. So, kind of shut him down. I know he dropped a couple balls, had to change out his gloves a couple times, which also happened to the Alabama boy. So, I don't know what was happening with these big wide receivers not producing week one.
Is Ryan Williams a big wide receiver? I know we've been talking about that, but
apparently he is. Apparently he's huge.
He's had a 100-yard game since Georgia.
Very true. The rushing game, though, for Texas looked good. That is kind of a big worry about Ohio's rushing defense. They put up 160 yards rushing on Ohio's defense. So, that was a big glaring point. And then, big elephant in the room is that Arch just did not play up to what everybody put him up to be. He was very hyped. Paul said he was going to be the next Tim Tebow to Tim Tebow's face, which was, to me, very disrespectful.
Yeah, I did not see the Tim Tebow-like comparisons. I mean, I don't believe it was just Arch. Don't get me wrong. Arch didn't play good. The O-line didn't play good. The wide receivers couldn't get separation. Sark's play calling was terrible. But yes, Arch that gets no pass. He was not good. The fourth quarter, he looked like he maybe showed some type of growth and some progression, but that was too late. I mean, the throw on third down to Wingo was behind him. I mean, you had Wingo for another 15 yards in space that he could have maybe made Caleb Downs miss. And the last throw wasn't really on Arch. If you watch the right tackle, he allowed triple teaming the defense tackles. The pass rusher came off the edge with no blocking. So I mean, that was not really on Arch, but Arch was not good this game at all. I mean, I also believe they were too conservative with him to start, and he never got in rhythm. He just never got in any rhythm whatsoever.
No, I agree. I think Sark's play calling was definitely conservative to kind of try to get some feet under Arch. I don't know if Arch is going to be generational. I think he's going to be good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be good. I think his last name is going to hype him up, and I don't think he's going to be able to do what people think he's going to do. I mean, you got to look back in high school is that so Louisiana has like 4 divisions, 1A through 4A, and Newman's a 2A school, 4A being the very
biggest.
best schools.
Yeah.
So Arch never really competed. Arch competed with like Pee Wee teams, and that's pretty much why he was balling out in high school. So, I mean, he hasn't faced real competition, and like, I don't know what his practice looks like. I don't know how much he was getting practice with the ones while Ewers was there.
I don't think he was getting much because I mean, it was known that Ewers was the number one. I mean, Sark made that known. I mean, it's Quinn's team when he was there.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know how much competition he was truly getting these past 2 years. So, I mean, this was truly his real test of competition.
And speaking of Quinn, I know it was brought up with people in the Discord. I believe if Quinn Ewers was there, we win that game. And I know a lot of people don't like Quinn Ewers. I know people don't respect him. They don't believe he's going to be good in the NFL. I'm not high on him in the NFL level, but I think that game right there, I think Quinn Ewers beats Ohio State. I really do.
Easily. Just because
that's also the experience, though, too.
The experience, everything with them. But yeah.
I was just not impressed. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I agree with Tom Brady. Maybe this was good for Arch Manning. Maybe this was good. Maybe it was good to kind of I don't think his ego is high. I don't think it's him that's, he's not really doing it. It's the media. I get it. The media is going to run with it. Like you said, it's his last name. But maybe it is good for them to lose now. I believe Texas was going to lose one game anyways. Maybe this is the game that they had to lose to kind of quiet. It sucks. It was week 1. But maybe this kind of gets Sark to bring everything back in, to quiet the doubters. And then obviously the next 3 games are playing not teams on the Ohio State level. So I feel bad for like the San Jose's and the UTEPs and whatnot. But the next couple of weeks, Arch is probably going to get raved once again because he's going to probably ball out against those teams. But this was maybe good for him. This was maybe good for the Manning camp. It was good for the Texas Longhorns. I have to look at the bright side a little bit here. But it sucks. It just sucks. Everything on the offensive end did not look so good. But the defense, I was very impressed with the defense. I believe Ohio State and Texas, Ohio State played good defense too. Like you said, the rushing maybe wasn't the best for Ohio State. But Ohio State, they loaded back up, and they might be the real deal on defense once again. The red zone defense was spectacular again for Ohio State.
Yeah, red zone defense was great. Back to what you were saying, I think this was easily – no loss is a great loss, but this loss was probably the greatest loss on the schedule because it really has no impact to your playoff hopes.
No.
Like this game would be big, but you still have the rest of the SEC games to play.
I mean, you went into Ohio State, you lost 14-7. If your offense just shows up a little bit, you possibly can win this game. You're going to play probably one of the playoff teams, probably one of the top 5-6 teams all season long. You went in their house, and you showed that you can compete with them. Ohio State's offense didn't look that much better. So, but we don't know what we're going to get from Julian Sand the rest of the year neither. Maybe Julian Sand unlocks his potential too. He's a former 5-star recruit. I liked what I saw from him a little bit, Chris. Tate, like you said, or you didn't mention Tate. Tate's had that one big touchdown, but he was kind of held in check too. A great catch by him, by the way. That was a double catch. That was a great catch from him in the end zone. But Tate and Smith, they weren't really anything spectacular against Texas, and then their secondary. So I don't know. It was a good defensive game. I feel bad for the other teams that got to play them because now you see these two schools are going to play defense all year. I believe the defense is going to travel no matter where they're at.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think the defense was great for both teams.
Well, Chris, let's jump on to LSU and Clemson. This game, Battle of Death Valley, it was chippy, like I said it was going to be. A lot of hype, a lot of trash talk going on throughout the week during the game. Well, Garrett Nussmeier came in to Clemson University and engineered a second half comeback. Clemson was held in scoreless the second half of the game. I know it was maybe like a 60s. You get the grading scale on Dabo's grading scale. Chris, LSU only got like a 60s. But how do you feel about this game?
No, I mean, there's three big questions going into this season about LSU. It was the defense.
Impressive.
It was the running game. And it was also the offensive line. And all three of those boxes got check marked off this game. The defense played absolutely outstanding. Held Clemson to 31 rushing yards. Held them to 3 for 13 on third downs. Gave them the 10 points. Held them out in the second half, which truthfully they needed. And it really showed by the play calling that Brian Kelly trusted the defense too, with how conservative they went in the very end of the game, punting in the very beginning of the game. Defense played lights out.
I was impressed with this defense. Like the Matt Blake defense second year. I mean, I heard they finally said this is finally his scheme. They were finally actually fully giving him the realm. And I mean, Chris, Perkins was all over the place, by the way. This defense, the corner from Virginia Tech, he was outstanding that game. He was balling. I was very happy with what I saw with your defense.
Yeah, I mean, Blake Baker, he lives and dies by the blitz.
Sorry.
Yeah, he lives and dies by the blitz. And the reason it wasn't working last year was because he didn't have the secondary to play man-to-man. Now you got Monsoon Delane, the Virginia Tech transfer, like you said, absolutely amazing. You have our defensive line, and Harold Perkins and the Week brothers. They played lights out also. The rushing attack was there. We had 108 yards rushing. Not great, but way better than what last year was.
Yeah, Durham had 70 plus. I mean, I don't know. It was good. It was good rushing overall. Nussmeier answered the questions too. I mean, I know you didn't mention that, but Nussmeier came into a game was probably going to be one of the maybe the best defense you play all year. Clemson's one of the best defenses. I mean, obviously you got held 17 points, but I believe your offense played better than the 17 points showed. But still, you came into a team that had all these potential draft picks, all these potential All-Americans, and you came in. Nussmeier answered the questions in the fourth quarter. Nice scoring drive to get y'all at 17-10. Your defense held them in check. I believe Cade came back a little bit to reality a little bit too. That was a concerning factor. Was Cade played big in the big moments, and Cade he shrank a little bit. The running game was terrible, and the defense did what they do. They gave the offense a chance, but Nussmeier he played good. He was pretty clean with the ball. He was very not conservative, but he was very protective of the ball. Didn't put it in harm's way too much.
I think Joe Sloan called a great game. I think he did call a very conservative game. There was a lot of screen passes, a lot of short intermediate passes. We had that long touchdown to Barry and Brown, which should have been a touchdown, but here or there, we still won the game. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I was waiting for that one.
But that should have been a touchdown. Time possession absolutely dominated, 37 minutes compared to 22 minutes. And I think the big question going into the game was the offensive line. Everybody was hyping up Clemson's D-line, that there's several first-round picks on that defensive line. We have 4 brand new offensive linemen coming into the game, and they absolutely balled out. Only 1 sack, which should have been really thrown away by Garrett. But
what do you think about Dabo's comments, by the way, about the grading if it was mid exam?
Like Brian Kelly said, I don't think he watched the second half of the game.
Yeah, I mean, it did come off a little strange. I get it. I mean, sometimes stats can be, and scores can be a little, lying. Like 17-10, kind of like Virginia Tech, South Carolina, that 24-11 is not as close as it really was, what the score says. The 17 points, it felt like you guys really were in the high 20s. But, obviously you weren't. But still, your offense played good. And this is probably one of the best defenses in football. And, you scored 17, whatever, but you scored 14 in the second half. And that's what you guys got building off of. And now you have Florida in a couple weeks. You still have Alabama. You have South Carolina. They have a good defense. I think LSU is going to be fine this year. I think Nussmeier will be fine. I think the rushing will be fine. I think the receivers will be fine.
Yeah, I think the offense is going to come together. Clemson really played too high the whole entire game, which took away the long ball that Garrett's known for. So I think that's why you saw a lot of those quick short passes. And then the one time that they went one high was the Barry and Brown no touchdown. So
I was also shocked with Clemson's DC late in the game with you did 3 screens in a row. Now the third screen they finally brought the edge off and made it 3 versus 3. The first 2 times they just weren't adjusting. And it's like, I mean, LSU's going to keep doing it until you adjust.
Yeah,
I just don't know what was going on there.
Same exact play 3 times in a row.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe this calms the hype down. I know Clemson didn't go too far in the rankings, but I don't know, man. Maybe Clemson, maybe they're not the powerhouse that we all were projecting them to be. I know I had them in the national championship. Both my national championship teams, they both lost this week. Maybe they're not the powerhouse. Maybe there's other teams in the ACC that'll compete with them. We're going to talk to them in a minute, but maybe Kate Klubnik, maybe he isn't the guy that we think he is when it matters in the big games. Now I know they won the ACC championship last year, but they needed to get help to get in the ACC championship to start off with.
Yeah, I mean, I still have Clemson doing good. I still have Clemson
Me too, though.
Winning the ACC. So,
me too.
Which I hope they do. Looks
like
an even better one.
Well, like you said with Texas and Ohio State, this is not going to define your season. This is not going to obviously you guys have bragging rights until next year when you play them in LSU. But
the real Death Valley?
Yeah, the real Death Valley. This is not going to define the season. This is not going to swing Clemson's unless Clemson can't figure it out. Obviously, that's one thing. But this one game should not define the rest of the season for the Clemson Tigers. And LSU, I like the Brian Kelly mindset. You're 1-0 every week. You're not sitting here and you're not going 2-0, then 3-0, then 4-0, and all the way to 13 up to the championship in the SEC. Every week, it's a new season. Every week, new season, new opponent. I like the mindset that LSU has with Brian Kelly at the moment.
Yeah, I like what Brian Kelly's working out right now.
It's crazy to say. I'm not a big Brian Kelly fan, but what I saw from him, what I saw with the trash talk back with Dabo's comments, I like what I'm seeing from your head coach.
Yeah, no, he's coming, and he's funny now. He even talked about him falling down.
He did fall down.
He did talk about his press conference about him falling down, and he said that he last year in the playoffs, I don't know what team it was, but a coach ran into an official, and it was a 15-yard penalty. So he was running down, and he noticed he was about to collide with the ref, so he went into his own sideline and got tripped up on one of the players or something.
And that's good scouting. That's good scouting.
Yeah, so he said that we're thankful that we should thank him that he didn't give us a penalty.
No, I liked what I saw. Chris, I mean, you guys have a big game in a couple weeks at home, potentially college game day against the Florida Gators. So all eyes now are on the LSU Tigers. You guys did jump up to number 3, and we're going to see now. Pressure's on. Pressure's going to be coming on now for the LSU Tigers. Rightfully so. You've earned it. Good pressure.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing we didn't talk about was we didn't get gashed by a running quarterback, which makes me feel very confident going into the Florida game with Lagway.
And Sellers.
We all saw, and Sellers. We all saw last year LSU getting gashed by running quarterbacks.
Indeed, we did. That's very good sign. Like so, Chris, I think the defense just playing good in general. Excellent sign for the LSU Tigers. If your defense plays good, which we've seen in the past, the LSU Tigers are usually fine. You have an offense now with Nussmeier as well. So no problems right now in Baton Rouge. Chris, there are problems in Tuscaloosa. As the Alabama Crimson Tide
problems.
They went to Tallahassee, and they got beat down 31-17. Tommy Castellanos, I can't pronounce his last name. Castellanos. Yeah, he backed up his shit talk. Nick Saban, what he said is true. He was not there to save them, Chris. What do you think about Kellen DeBoer and the Alabama Crimson Tide? Is it more Alabama being bad, or is it actually Florida State maybe being back?
I'm going to be honest with you. I got Florida State flashbacks from last year. Alabama did exactly what Florida State did to Georgia Tech, drove down the field easy and scored a touchdown. I think they took 7 7-8 minutes off the game clock. I think it was like 50 yards rushing. Like, it was a great first drive. And then after that, completely shit the bed. FSU opened up the door. The biggest thing was just like physicality for that whole game. It just felt like the Alabama's defensive line was getting pushed. The linebackers were getting pushed. There was no effort whatsoever from the players. And that's like the big concerning stuff, is that Alabama has the talent on that team to
Yeah,
compete. And so that's the only other question is the coaching.
I think it is coaching, Chris. I think it's more Alabama being bad, and that's no shot at Florida State. I don't think they're going to be a 2-10 team. They might have 8 wins this year, 9 wins. That's good for compared to last year. But this was Alabama being bad. I don't believe in Alabama this year. I don't believe that Kellen DeBoer is the guy. Ryan Grubb's the guy. The defense looked lost. Something you would never see from Nick Saban's defense. You have linebackers that are not even trying to chase the guys down. There's videos of these guys just sitting there watching the running backs go. And to be honest, they got beat by the quarterback. He was the only player. He was the only guy doing anything for the whole game for the Florida State Seminoles. It was the quarterback doing everything. He was running the ball. He didn't throw the ball that much. So you literally got beat by the quarterback running the ball and some passes here and there. And that's embarrassing. That's something that you don't see from the Alabama Crimson Tide.
No, I mean, you think of Alabama's defense and you think physical. Tommy only passed for 152 yards. Florida State put up 230 yards rushing against Alabama's defense, which is insane. And then you think of Alabama's offensive line and you think about all the great running attacks that they had. They only rushed for 87 yards. I mean, it's up there, but
and I know Ty Simpson had good numbers too, and I still don't think he looked that good. I don't think he looked impressive at all.
No, Ty Simpson's stat line is crooked because there was a lot of garbage time stats in there.
Oh yeah,
Bama scored late when FSU was up big, so there was a lot of soft coverage from FSU side that boosted the passing scale. I mean, I think Ty, just like every other new quarterback that started this year, had some growing pains.
He did, but I do believe this is the worst loss of the week. I don't give a shit if he's a first-time starter or not. This was embarrassing. I get it. You're going to Tallahassee. They have a good fan base. No matter how bad or good they are, they can be good or bad. That fan base is there. They're going to be doing the tomahawk chalk all night long, all day long, whatever. But like you said, they got outmanned, out-physicaled, and just outclassed. And that's not something that you're used to seeing in – maybe this is the downfall of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Maybe Kellen DeBoer is going to be the downfall for them. I just don't believe in them. And I don't believe Florida State. I know they jumped up in the rankings. We're going to talk about the AP Top 25. I want to talk on them. I don't think that they're that special. The defense looked good. I'll give them that. The defense looked good. But I don't believe in Florida State still. I don't believe in them to come in here and challenge the Miamis, the Clemsons, the potential Georgia Techs. I don't believe in them to challenge these schools in the ACC quite yet.
No, I think it was a little bit of both. I think Alabama sucked, and I think Florida State got a little bit better. And I kept seeing teams, mostly people like just fucking railing Bama about losing to a 2-win team last year. But people don't realize like Florida State's a completely different team than last year. Completely new O-line, completely new wide receivers, revamped quarterback. Also, they have Gus there. And I think Gus is what, like 6-6 against Alabama?
Yeah, he actually gives Alabama historically a hard time.
Yeah, so I mean, like Alabama got Gus bust.
Gus bust, yeah.
And I don't know if Mike Norvell saw Alabama week 1 and was like, "Hey, we need to hire that fucking guy," just because they were playing Alabama. But it worked. If that was it, work.
I mean, we'll see. They still have to play Miami. They got to play Florida. I don't know if Clemson's on the schedule this year or not, but Florida State's got some tough games coming up. And we're going to see. I know all the Tallahassee fans out there that we all know on Facebook that we grew up with. They're out there and they're alive, and rightfully so. Hey, you won 31-17. You beat number 8 in the nation. You deserve to talk your shit. We're not taking that away from you. But we're not saying that you guys are back quite yet. That's just my take.
No, and week 1 is so hard to like not overreact because we have such a small sample size.
You're only reacting to what you see.
Yeah,
So I mean,
we're seeing one game, so we're
and
gonna
we'll
see in a
see.
few weeks.
We'll see, Chris. A game that was possibly the game of the week. The Miami Hurricanes hosting the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Notre Dame was in the national championship last year, and you mentioned Florida State having a lot of turnover. Miami had a lot of turnover this year. A lot of stuff different. A lot of revamped defense there. New DCs. But good shout to him. He had a very good game plan against the Irish. New offensive weapons. New quarterback with Carson Beck. Chris, what was your takeaways from the Miami Hurricanes and the Fighting Irish on Sunday night?
The biggest takeaway was seeing what CJ Carr was going to do with Notre Dame. And I think the big question was if they lost and CJ Carr played like shit, then I already know that it was going to be Marcus Freeman already said it was a close quarterback battle. So now they
Yes.
have questions about going to have that question every week about what quarterback is starting. But the good thing with Notre Dame is that CJ Carr played good.
Yeah, I thought Carr played pretty good.
He played good. And I texted you and Luke in our group chat, and I was like, "Why are we not running?" They had the number one preseason running back on their team,
And
Mike
Price is good
Denbrock.
too.
Yeah, and Mike Denbrock's just not running the ball. And
They
then
did the opposite of what Sark did. Like Sark eased Archin. They threw CJ Carr out there and said, "Hey, first drive, this is all you, buddy. Go ahead."
Yeah, it was.
I thought Carr played good. Don't get me wrong. I thought Carr
No,
played good.
he
But
did play good.
but the first couple of drives, it's like they weren't running. And I get when they were running, Miami had them in check. Price had the one big run, but still, like if you run the ball more and more, you eventually might gas out the defensive line, and then you get those big runs. The more and more you wear them out, it's going to happen. But you have Jeremiah Love; he's one of the top 2 running backs with the kid from Penn State. I mean, and we know if Notre Dame's good to run the ball. They threw the ball more than they ran the ball. That's not Notre Dame football. I don't know what Marcus Freeman and the OC were cooking up. I don't know what happened here. But shout out to Miami. I mean, I thought Miami played good defense. We said LSU had question marks on defense. Miami had question marks on the defense. And they brought the DC over from Minnesota, from the Golden Gophers, and he had the boys playing. I know the one interception with the kicking it in the air was maybe crazy luck, but still they disrupted the pass. They attacked the ball. That's why they also intercepted it. This defense, gave up 24 points. But stats, like I said, sometimes lie. This was a very good defensive effort from the Miami Hurricanes. And I thought Carson Beck, I want to give a shout out to Carson Beck. He played outstanding. I know his stat line might not have a lot of yards passing, but I believe he played a very good football game, escaping the pocket, running the ball when needed. I understand the one touchdown was maybe a little luck, or the throw was a little lucky, but still, he had a very good passing performance. I was very impressed with Carson Beck.
No, I mean he did exactly what he did on Georgia, and he managed the game very well. He took what was in front of him. He has the offensive weapons that he can pass to. My biggest thing was like Mario, the head coach, like almost did what he's famous for and do the stupidest shit ever. Was late in the game when they ran it on 3rd down, and him not realizing Notre Dame still had one more timeout left. And Notre Dame called the timeout, and Mario is fucking cursing at the ref like, what's happening?
He thought they had none left.
Yeah. And like luckily it worked out and the defense stepped up and closed it out for him. But like that could have been dangerous. But hey, week 1 for everybody. Warm up for head coaches also. So
I mean that's still like that's situational awareness. The coach has to know that. But besides that, like yes, the defense then they came up strong. I thought the defense, only gave up 7 points in the first half. Yeah, you gave up 17 in the second half, but the offense kind of got a little quiet. The offense was kind of putting defense in a bad spot in the fourth quarter, which allowed them to come back. And besides that, still, like I said, I liked what I saw from Beck. I liked what I saw from the running backs. I liked what I saw from the skill position players. And then, man, Baines, that fucking kid out there on the edge on defense was all over the place. He was flying everywhere. And maybe Miami's legit. I mean, maybe they are back. Maybe Florida football in general's back.
yeah, I mean, I texted y'all earlier since 2006 preseason poll. So not even like the 2006 season. It was the preseason poll that UF, what is it? UF,
Florida State.
Miami, and FSU. I forgot FSU's acronym. But
Yeah.
all three of the big Florida teams were ranked in the top 15.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean, Florida might be back. They have some struggling teams. I mean, USF's looking good. There's
UCF won.
UCF did win.
They're ugly win, but they won.
They won.
Won.
They're
Made me laugh.
1-0. 1-0.
I'm the only one in the group in all our groups. The only one that didn't win, and it's okay. Like I said, we didn't get to play Long Island University. We didn't get to play Jack State. We started with a good team. You guys did too. You won. Florida State started with Bama. So I mean, hey, it is what it is. But I like myself from the Hurricanes. The Irish, maybe they're all right. We'll see. They play A&M in a couple weeks. They can't afford to lose too many games.
No, I mean, I'll hit it on it now, and I'll ask you the question. I asked in the group chat, and Luke answered it. But they have a bye this week, and they play A&M next week. Can they afford to lose the A&M game?
Well,
and while you think about it, I'll answer the question.
Well, what's their schedule look like after A&M? Do they have
They
any
don't.
big?
No. I'll answer the question. They cannot afford to lose the A&M game.
They might not be able to afford to lose another game at all year.
No, if they lose the A&M game, that's the biggest team they play because Boise State sucks now. So that would have been the only other big ranked team that they could play. So Texas A&M is the biggest.
You might be right because they might have to beat A&M to stay high in the rankings, and then maybe they can lose a game in the middle of the season where they barely fall back. But if you lose now, you're going to fall really outside the top 12, and you're praying that these other Power 4 schools that play stronger schedules, they all maybe beat each other up, and they're 3-loss teams. That's the only way. They have to be A&M. It's already kind of a win now, like you said, week 3 for the Fighting Irish.
And hey, you live by and you die by not being in a conference.
I still say they also lived and they died by not running the ball. That was the biggest concern. I don't like what I saw. I didn't like the play calling. I mean, I get it. Carr looked good for what he was asked to do. Like he was 19 of 30 or whatever. But I still think you have Jeremiah Love and you have Bryce. You have to run the ball more. You have to pound the ball. That's what you're known for. You're a running team. Do what you are good at, and then that sets up the play action. They also do that a lot of quarterback powers with CJ. Like you thought they were Riley Leonard, and it worked at times. But I didn't like what I saw from the Fighting Irish play calling wise.
They do play Arkansas. So I mean, that's up to your opinion if that's a big game or not for them.
Oh, pick soon.
So they do play Arkansas.
Wasn't Arkansas struggling this week?
They were struggling.
Okay. Don't think they played anyone spectacular, did they?
No, I think it was. I don't even know who it was.
Exactly. But Chris, let's move on to Virginia Tech and South Carolina. They played a couple hours before Miami and Notre Dame. And you know what? The first drive for South Carolina, like you said with Alabama, very impressive. Then this team went quiet on the offensive side until late in the fourth quarter where they threw a deep pass to Nick Harbor. Chris, are you concerned with South Carolina already through week 1?
I'm concerned. I think Lenore Sellers is the same quarterback that we saw last year, and the way to shut him down is stopping him running. I think, yeah, he had that one great dot to Nick. Was it Nick Harbor?
Nick Harbor, the deep pass.
Yeah, the deep pass. He had that one great pass to Nick Harbor. But other than that, I mean, Virginia Tech's defense was shutting South Carolina down. And the offensive line for South Carolina looked absolutely terrible.
The running game was good. I'll give that. The running game was good.
The running game was good. But
the shut down the running game. Yeah,
the pass pro for that offensive line was bad.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, if Sellers, this is just week 1. But what I saw, I was not impressed. The defense, very impressed for the Gamecocks. That defense was all over the place. Virginia Tech had their moments. They had a lot of drop passes. They're also making crazy, insane catches that maybe they shouldn't be making, but they maybe cancel each other out. But Virginia Tech was in this game, and South Carolina's defense played good. The offense was not good. Harbor he beat the guy. I mean, they played press coverage. They didn't jam him. He's a track star. Like literally, he's a fucking track speedster, and he beat them. And Sellers made the throw. Hey, that's great. But I was not impressed with this offense at neutral site in Atlanta. not impressed at all for the Gamecocks this week.
No, if Virginia Tech had any ounce of heartbeat on offense, this game would be way closer than what it was. I mean, it was still very close up
Yeah, it was.
until the very end. I mean, South Carolina had the punt return, which I'm sure Virginia Tech is regretting putting the big boys in. I don't know if you watched the whole game, but like every punt, South Carolina almost blocked it. And
Well,
then
Beamer.
that one return, they put like those 4 big boys in.
Well,
And
shout out to Beamer too, because he took the penalty and he made him repunt it.
yeah, because he could see that almost every punt was a
Yeah.
block. I mean, South Carolina was back there almost every punt.
Yeah.
But if Virginia Tech had any offense, this game could have swung the other way. And that's why I mentioned, like, is the ACC back? Like, not back as like a powerhouse, but like there's teams that are good in the ACC now. It's not just Clemson. I
No,
think
yeah, the ACC competed besides North Carolina.
I think ACC will compete within themselves.
I mean, yeah, we'll see. I mean, we'll definitely see if it's more just a Clemson show this year. But yeah, I was not impressed with the Gamecocks, Chris. And you know who else I was not impressed with? The Boise State Broncos.
Oof.
I just got done having surgery. My buddy, he's a Boise State fan and South Carolina fan, actually. He went to school in South Carolina, but he's from Idaho, so he reps both. And we're sitting there watching the game, and I'm all fucking hyed up. I'm pilled up. He looks at me. He's like, "What the fuck's going on?" I'm like, "Hey, there's no Ashton Genty. Your team sucks." And that's what I got from this game is Ashton Genty was the offense. He was the defense for the Boise State Broncos.
Should Ashton Genty have won the Heisman Trophy?
This shows you, yeah. It's the same quarterback. Same quarterback as last year.
Yeah. I think almost the same team, right?
It's damn near the same team. It's damn near the same team, yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, it just proves that Ashton Genty should have won the Heisman. Boise looked absolutely terrible. I will give a shout out to Byron Brown, the quarterback for USF. He balled out.
I liked what I saw from USF. Now they got a big game this week against the Gators, but hey, USF, they came out, they defended home turf in Tampa, St. Pete, whatever, and they fucking balled out. And like I said, I was sitting there on the couch. I was on a nerve blocker, and I was sitting there. I looked at him. I said, "Dude, your team absolutely sucks, dude. This is terrible. This is terrible football. This is what ESPN put at 5:30 for us to watch." I was like, "This was embarrassing."
Yeah, Boise State played bad. I regret even putting them in my playoff predictions.
We all did. We all put them in there.
I'm now going to put Tulane in my playoff prediction. So,
yeah, shout out Tulane. They felt very disrespected, by the way. They weren't allowed to wear their white uniforms for Hurricane Katrina's 20th anniversary.
Yeah.
Maybe Tulane's the group of 5. My playoff bracket looks busted already. So if anything, I mean, me, Luke, and you were texting every single time something happened. We were like, too late to change our bracket.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it is what it is. I did have Miami, by the way, in ESPN's pick'ems for college winning. I don't remember if I had them on the show though or not here. I forgot, to be honest.
I think I had Miami.
I want to see Miami win, and I just
Carson Beck effect.
Old Carson. Hey, speaking of Carson Beck effect, let's talk college football hot takes. Chris, what are some hot takes? I was waiting for the Alabama one. I know you had one cooking. I'll say it. The Miami Hurricanes are back. The U is for real this year. They might not win the ACC, but they will be a playoff team. Carson Beck is going to have a pretty good, outstanding season. I believe also if you're going to be a 5th or 6th year quarterback, come to the Miami Hurricanes. Cam Ward balled out last year. You got Carson Beck playing good football through week 1 this year. The Miami Hurricanes are going to be a playoff team. I was wrong. The U is back this year.
Yeah. I have 2 hot takes. One, which you were applying to, I think Alabama loses 6 games this year. I can see 6 games. Yep. Already off to 1.
You just need 5 more.
Unless DeBoer fucking does something, which I don't know if he will, but changes the locker room or something, I can see an easy 6 losses.
Damn, the Alabama fan base would be screaming for his job.
Oh, absolutely. One of them is I think Vanderbilt goes into Tuscaloosa and wins again.
That would be awesome. That would be amazing.
I mean, seeing what Tommy did to that defense, if there's no change, Pavi is going to eat again on the running game. Going to eat
Yeah, I
again.
mean, all rushing quarterbacks, they play South Carolina as well. Stockton
That's another
can run.
one. Yep,
They play Georgia. That's a running quarterback.
Play LSU, Oklahoma.
Garrett Odus is not running, but he can throw. And Oklahoma's quarterback will run the ball. Mateer can run.
Yeah. Second take. I think Tennessee offense will be the number one offense this year.
The offense looked fantastic. Joey Aguilar, shout out to him. He balled out.
They won the trade. They won the trade.
They definitely won the trade. He looked better than Nico.
Oh, 100%. I went to bed. I didn't even finish the game.
Yeah.
I saw Nico overthrow that pass in the very beginning of the game. I think it was the first drive, and I was like, that's the Nico we know.
Yeah, well, the Tennessee quarterbacks since Hendon Hooker has not played very good football, in my opinion.
Yeah. But no, I think Tennessee gets the number one offense.
They could. I mean, the offense is usually pretty good. They always find ways to lose the game, but yeah, their offense is usually high scoring. Chris, outstanding performances. I'm going to say it. I'm shouting at Miami a lot tonight. Carson Beck is one of my outstanding attaboy performances for this week. I understand it wasn't the biggest performing game, but what he did coming in, he took control of the game. The offense coordinator gave him the realm to change plays, something he didn't get to do in Georgia often. He made some good throws. He made some smart reads with running the ball. That everything he did, it just looked confident. He looked very, very smart, very good with the ball. I liked what I saw from Carson Beck. It was only week one against a good defense with the Irish. So usually that means he should be getting better. I believe Carson Beck's going to be a good player this year. Look for him to be one of the top quarterbacks this season.
Yeah, my attaboy, you're gonna hate this one, Mark, but it's going out to John Mater, the Sooner Boomer, coming from Washington State. I mean, the man balled out, almost 400 yards passing. I know it was against Illinois State. Hey, I know.
Okay, yeah.
I know.
I was making sure. I mean,
I know.
People know, man.
I know. It wasn't that great, but I'm going with the sample size that we have.
We'll see this week.
I don't think anybody was expecting John Mater to come in here and be good.
I think week one we expected him to play good. Come on. He's playing East Illinois State. Like dude, Loyola Chicago could probably beat this team. That's a basketball school.
Okay, then I'll switch it. I'll go Jack Arnold for Auburn.
Another former Oklahoma player. There's an OU guy today. Damn. No, he looked good too. I'll give him that. Arnold did look good.
Arnold might be my number one, and then Mater my number two. But Arnold played good against Baylor.
No, I mean, he played good. No, he played good.
A lot of talk on the offseason that Auburn was struggling in fall camp and everything. So,
well, Arnold's a 4 or 5-star. Maybe it's like the Bo Nix effect. Maybe he needed opposite. Maybe he needed a good Auburn to be good. Maybe he needed a new change of scenery. Chris, I'll shout the Florida State quarterback Tommy. I'll shout the other Florida guy. He backed his shit talk. We said it. He backed his shit talk. He said there's no Nick Saban to save him. He didn't throw the ball a lot, but he ran the ball very successfully. And the passes he did make, they were good passes, and he did what he had to do. It wasn't anything special on the stat sheet, but his performance won the game against Alabama. He was the shining star of that game. He is the reason they are ranked number 15, along with the defense. But the offensive end, that was all him. So shout out to Tommy.
Yeah, Tommy talked his shit, and he walked his walk. And the saddest thing about it is that I know for a fact that Alabama players knew that Tommy was talking that shit. Yeah, and the defensive side still came out looking like that. I mean, if you think back a few years ago with Nick Saban on that Alabama team, there was that Vanderbilt player that said, Alabama, you're next. And then the next week, they hung 50-something points on Vanderbilt. Like, Saban did not deal with the shit talking. And that's the saddest part about the Alabama loss.
Well, Chris, those are just a couple of the outstanding performances for week one. And there's a lot more like we could have named. I mean, it's only a 2-man show, so it's not like we have Luke and Doc in here to feed us more. But yeah, those are just a couple of guys. I mean, like I said, all eyes on the Florida boys because we're from Florida. We have a lot of people on Florida's social media, and shout to them. I'm not going to shout to the other formerly OU guy and the current OU guy, but they did play good. I'll give them that, but I'm not going to give them a shout out.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, it's time to move on to the AP top 25 that they dropped today, just before we went on the show. And you can see it on the screen if you're watching on YouTube. Hopefully, if you're on Spotify and Apple, you join on YouTube so you can see it. But a lot of change. Ohio State did jump Penn State. Penn State number 2. LSU all the way from 9 to 3. Georgia to number 4. Miami came to 5. Oregon 6. Texas fell to 7. That's kind of where I had them around that range. Clemson went down to 8. Notre Dame went to 9. And somehow South Carolina came up to number 10. Chris, the whole top 25 is there. What are some things that you're looking at that maybe you don't agree with? Maybe some things that you actually said, hey, the AP got it right finally.
No, I mean, I think it just shows that preseason polls are ridiculous and probably shouldn't happen. But I mean, you had 6 of the top 10 teams lose? What was it?
Four top 10.
Yeah.
But 3 of them played each other, so it's just
but no, I think they got the top 10 correct. I mean, I don't know. It's just hard to boost things off of 1 week. Like, it's South Carolina too high up there. I mean, they didn't look fantastic against Virginia Tech, but you can't bounce them any lower.
No, it's not like they played a school like who Illinois played and Arizona State played and Florida. They actually played a Power 4 school.
Yeah, so you can't move them too much. But yeah, no, I mean, FSU came out of nowhere and jumped in top 15. Yeah, Alabama 14, dropped low to 21. I mean, what was the poll that dropped them completely out? USA Today?
Yeah, I think it was USA Today. But hey, I want to give the AP poll a shout out because they pushed Alabama down 13 spots. Yeah. They pushed them down from 8 to 21, and that is showing. I believe the AP is this year. They're off to a good start. Obviously, preseason is preseason, like you said. That is what it is. But the rankings here, they seem pretty fair. I mean, you can maybe flip-flop a couple teams. I thought Penn State should have still been 1 or should have moved to 1. But they're going to play each other this year. Ohio State, Penn State, they play each other. So it doesn't matter who's 1 and 2 at this point in the season. LSU could jump them anyways in a couple of weeks when they play Florida. Both of them are top 15. So where they're at, though, I like what the AP poll has done. I mean, Texas and Clemson and the Irish, they lost. They had to move. 10 could have been flip-flopped with Illinois, Arizona State, or Florida. But Michigan did go down a spot, even though they won. So it's kind of weird that they pushed Michigan down, even though they did win by double the score against New Mexico State. But, yeah, I mean, I like the AP poll this week. I thought that they did it pretty good. And we have a top 25 matchup this week still.
Yeah, so. I mean, you could even push Tennessee up there. I mean, they played Syracuse, a Power 4 team, and blew them out.
So, I guess I don't respect Syracuse as much as some of these other schools that all the other ones played.
No, I mean, I think they did good with what the sample size we got so far.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Like we said, I mean, we have a matchup this week. We have a couple matchups next week on week 3. So this is going to start. They're going to start seeing if they're going to keep up their consistency. So off to the start, beating number 1 matters. Beating the high-ranked teams, they matter. They jump Penn State. So what respect will LSU get in a couple weeks if they beat Florida? What respect will Florida get if they beat LSU? I mean, it goes both ways. How high would Florida go if they beat LSU? So, I mean, we're obviously assuming that LSU right now is winning, but Florida could pull off. It's the rivalry game, so you never know what can happen there.
Yeah.
But Chris, that's the top 25 this week. I mentioned, Chris, that we had a top 25 matchup, and we do. We have number 15, Michigan, led by the freshman Bryce Underwood. Played pretty good. Wasn't a big component, but he played pretty good against number 18, Oklahoma. And you mentioned Mater coming from Washington State. Chris, this is a big game for both teams. You have 2 quarterbacks that have questions to answer. They have to answer some questions. Now they're playing against a Power 4 school. They're playing against top 25 schools against each other. Underwood, Mater, Michigan, Oklahoma. What stands out in this game?
Can Oklahoma stop the running game? It's very evident that Michigan is a ground and pound game, and there's still going to be a ground and pound game. So can Oklahoma stop the running game and stop Haynes. And then see what Bryce Underwood can do as a true freshman. Big shout out to him. He's my favorite player now. But I mean, hey, he left us. He left Brian Kelly with a big sack of money just in his hands, and we went out and spent it very well in the transfer portal.
He did.
And it showed. So I love Bryce Underwood now.
I'm going to be the biggest Bryce Underwood fan this week. Go Blue. Just throw that out there right now. I mean, I'm rooting for him, but this is a big test. You're going in here Saturday Night Football in Oklahoma. Boomer Sooners, they're hosting you. This is a team that played good defense. The defense has been up and down. I thought they've been pretty good the last couple games that they've even last year. So what can they do against Michigan? What will Michigan's game do if they can't run the ball? What can the passing game do? Mater's got questions too. What can he do against a Michigan defense, a stifling defense from Ann Arbor?
Yeah, I mean, you have a 4-year quarterback going up against a 1-game quarterback.
Yeah, that's true.
So, which quarterback can manage the game better, and which I think it's me a low slowing game. I think the over under is like 46.5 right now. So
this could be a LSU Clemson style game, Texas Ohio State game, low scoring, maybe some flashes of offense here and there, but both defenses, I believe, are going to step up. And that's the question. Is I also believe which play caller will get the quarterback in the best position to win the game. Like which one sets you up the third and shorts, nothing third and long, third and medium, something that's third and short that gets Underwood and Mater that can maybe move the pocket a little bit, get guys on the run there. I don't know, man. Like this is a big test. Both teams didn't play anyone spectacular last week, and they're finally playing each other. And this is a big game. This could be a game that could define the season. I know it's only week 2, but Oklahoma or Michigan loses, they're falling. Obviously, they're going to fall. You can't afford to lose many games now. I mean, because conference play is coming up. So early on, this is a big game for Michigan and Oklahoma.
Yeah, I'll definitely be watching this on my little tablet, cheering for Oklahoma, because unfortunately, I know you hate Oklahoma, but you know who the #1 Michigan fan is? El Presidor.
Yeah, I'm not
Mr.
a fan of him,
Barstool.
man. He pisses me off. Yeah, he's annoying.
And if he beats an SEC team, it's going to be just fucking insufferable. So
I put my hatred aside for him for my hatred for Oklahoma because I don't want Oklahoma winning.
That's more hate. I see it.
I don't like OU. I don't like Dave. Don't like Dave Portnoy, but he will be allowed in the stadium probably.
Yeah,
they won't be there, but he would be allowed there if Big Noon was there. Big Noon, shout out. They're in Iowa State this week, Battle of Iowa. I think that should be the College Game Day location, but it's just because I don't want to watch this team get College Game Day. Really, honestly, I hate both teams, but go Blue this week, Chris.
Boomer Sooner.
Yo, I can't. I've never say that. But Chris, good episode this week, man, or tonight. Tomorrow, man, the picks are here, man. The picks are in. We got NFL picks. By the time that you guys listen to this, we'll have NFL picks releasing the next day as well. So NFL preview. It's a good one, man. It's a good game this week. College football's back. NFL's back, Chris. I can't wait. I'm just pumped, man. I'm just pumped for this season.
I can't wait to watch the Saints in their gold jerseys fucking lose to the Cardinals.
Atlanta's wearing black jerseys against the Bucks. Big game.
We're prime timing our new gold jerseys, week 1.
Big game. Kyler Murray and all that. Maybe you guys pull off the upset.
I have a little feeling in my tummy.
What percentage?
I feel pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't been speaking a lot of good.
You're playing that I haven't talked good, so if we win, I'm gonna talk my shit. If we lose, hey man, that's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, I mean everybody does that. Everybody does that. So
I know the game.
Yeah.
Do we get any Cardinals in Survivor? Right now we're at 45 signed up. We have a couple more that's still coming up, but 40. We have almost 50 people in Survivor.
I think we get a couple Cardinals.
Majority's gonna be on the Broncos. I know that. They're playing the Titans.
Yeah. Maybe. I
Yeah.
can't remember who I went.
I'm going Miami at the moment, but I believe Miami's a September team. So
Yeah. We'll see.
But Chris, great episode. Love talking college football. Next week we'll have a big one. But we're gonna figure out we're gonna tie in college and NFL together. I mean, we're gonna have to, maybe we do like a half episode for NFL on Tuesdays and a half episode like we do 30 and 30, and we go around the hour mark. We have to figure something out because college is it's booming. It's booming.
It's gonna be good.
So, but Chris, shout out to you. Shout out to all the boys. They will be in tomorrow. We have a 5-man episode. Is what everyone says. We'll see if everyone fulfills that promise. But I'm Mark Davis. That's Chris Meinhardt. It's All About the Balls podcast. Have a great time. See you later. Thank you for checking out another episode of All About the Balls podcast. We want to thank all of our listeners and supporters of the Sack House. You can listen to the show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. And don't forget to subscribe and give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram at the Sack House.